CMU students may not have to go very far to get inked up. We'll tell you about a change of location for a popular tattoo shop.
And the give and take between the state of Michigan and local school district continues. Find out how looming cuts may actually be on the chopping block. Those stories and more are straight ahead on News Central 34.
Live from Mount Pleasant's own, this is News Central 34 at 5.
Welcome to News Central 34. I'm Sarah Keelanen.
And I'm Mary Klink.
Unemployed Americans threatened with losing their benefits may have a new lifeline. President Obama signed the Unemployment Extension Bill earlier today. The bill provides a 14-week extension of federal unemployment benefits. The benefits will also be extended for people in states where unemployment has reached more than 8.5%. They will receive up to 20 more weeks of benefits. Democratic Senator Carl Levin says there are 750,000 of unemployed workers in Michigan, and around 100,000 will use up their benefits by the end of the year. The bill, however, is not retroactive, which means there is no back pay awarded to workers who exhausted their benefits prior to Obama signing the bill. And notice of foreclosures handed out illegally. That's according to court documents filed in Detroit federal courts. Bloomfield Hills attorney Paul Nicoletti filed a class action lawsuit which says the Wayne County Sheriff's Department carried out foreclosures without following state law in conducting foreclosure auctions. The suit includes tens of thousands of foreclosures. The suit alleges that former Sheriff Warren Evans did not sign the appointment of the sheriff's deputy who executes the deeds, as required by law. Critics believe the lawsuit gives people false hopes and is doomed to fail.
Will be moving closer to Central Michigan University. Sinister Productions, currently located on South Isabella Road, will be moving to South Mission Street into the same strip mall as S. Silverberg Finer Jewelers and Jimmy John's. Owner Norman Dow says the new location will offer him more space than his current store. Also, it brings him much closer to CMU, hopefully bringing in more customers. After being approved for a special use permit, Dow hopes to be moved into his new location within a month.
6 more people in Michigan are dead from H1N1. That brings the total number of deaths from swine flu in Michigan to 22. There have been nearly 178,000 reported cases of flu-like symptoms in the state since the 1st of September. That's 3 times as many as last year at this time. 99% of those cases are confirmed H1N1. This rampant spread of H1N1 has forced the closure of hundreds of schools statewide.
A 19-year-old Michigan State student was killed after being dragged over a quarter mile under a car. According to the Detroit Free Press, police say the student was leaving a hockey game in Detroit when he was hit near Cobo Arena around 10 p.m. Investigators say the driver may have been unaware of the student under his car. Witnesses described the car as a white Cadillac. The student's name has not yet been released. And first it was taken away, now it's been given back. $184 million will be returned to Michigan schools. Yesterday, Democrats in the State House pushed through a plan that will restore the funding. The money will come from federal stimulus funds targeted for the state and would help ease the per-pupil cuts imposed last month. In addition, the House voted to move the school aid budget from October 1st to June 1st. Democrats say the change will better allow Michigan schools to plan for their academic school year before it begins, rather than waiting until it has already begun.
A 16-year-old high school student distracted by an iPod was struck by a train and then proceeded to continue on his walk to school. According to the Detroit Free Press, a 16-year-old student from Wyandotte was clipped by a freight train while en route to school. The sophomore of Roosevelt High School was hit while crossing the tracks around 7:45 yesterday morning. The train engineer told police he blew the train's whistle, but the young man did not look up. After the boy made it to school, he was taken to the hospital and treated for a skull fracture. And Battle Creek cereal maker Kellogg's will get rid of a campaign that boasts their cereal may boost the immune system. The company decided to pull the ads due to increasing public concerns about the H1N1 pandemic. The advertisements received harsh criticism despite scientific evidence. Kellogg says this will not change the ingredients of their food.
Ford Motor Company announced they will begin offering inflatable seat belts for rear seat passengers. The belts will inflate like an airbag, offering more protection to more areas of passengers' bodies upon impact. The belt is made of a much softer material than airbags. Ford will begin offering the new belts as an option on the Ford Explorer and later for other vehicles. Ford debuted the belts in 2001 at the North American International Auto Show.
Fall is here and so are the leaves. Now it's time to clean up. The Mount Pleasant City crews will be picking up leaves from now until November 20th. There are a few things to keep in mind, however. Leaves should be raked into the street along the curb. In areas with high traffic, leaves can be raked in between the sidewalk and the curb, and residents are asked not to cover up sewer catch basins when raking. That's all we have for the show this evening. For News Central 34, I'm Sarah Keelanen.
And I'm Mary Klink. Have a great evening.